Hello everyone. I think I have come to meet you guys and speak with you guys after quite a long time. You have been seeing Argha review, I wouldn't exactly say review, but give his point of views about the Euro Cup as well as the Copa America. In Euro Cup, I had a heartbreak because obviously Portugal didn't qualify, but Copa America, there is still a chance because Brazil has qualified. But apart from Copa America and Euro, what else is going on? Of course, the women's series against England, the Indian women's team playing against England women's team. There was a one-off test match which ended in a draw, and a fantastically fought draw because most of the test match India were actually chasing the match. And they fought back thanks to a fantastic innings from Sneha Rana and Tanya Bhatia. And then came the first ODI where India lost, not enough runs on the board. Mithali Raj again 50, criticized for her strike rate. Second innings, second ODI, sorry. Same story, India losing the toss, batting first, not putting up enough runs. But this time, at least they crossed 220 and seemed like if one more player or one more partnership, a big partnership would have been there with Mithali, then India could have gone on to make 250, 260, which might then be enough because the bowlers in that particular ODI, in the second ODI, bowled really well. Come the third ODI, the fielding was superb, the bowling was superb. Most importantly, we won the toss and we bowled first this time. And whenever we have chased, two players have been the standout. One, obviously, Smriti Mandana, and the other one. Now, when I talk about the other player, she has been a standout in the Indian team from the day she has started playing. None other than Mithali Raj. But before I go into her records and today itself, she became the number one in ICC ODI batting rankings. Not surprised, someone who's ruling the world. I mean, there are a lot of memes, obviously, because her surname is Raj, so Mithalika Raj. And Mithalika Raj is back on ICC ODI rankings. But what's the controversy around her? Let me tell you this. There are a number of people who texted me saying, Mithali has gone past her prime. Mithali should retire. Mithali is dragging her career. And then comes first ODI and she scores some runs, but everybody, complains about her strike rate. Second match, the story remains the same. Now, I'll give you a very interesting stats here. And I will ask you guys a small question. That is her strike rate the problem here? Or remember when she was chasing, her strike rate was 87. Then why does she, if she can play at a strike rate of 87, then why does she generally have a strike rate of 65, 66 odd? Well, if you really want to know, let me give you a small stats. So, scoring 50 plus runs in 4 or more consecutive women's ODI innings despite no other team player reaching 50 in all of them. Stephanie Taylor holds the record. It had happened in 2017-18, and for Mithali Raj, it happened in 2021. That is the last 4 ODIs that India has played. What does this show? This shows that her strike rate is not only dependent on her own self. It is obviously dependent on how the team is performing. Any other world-class team, the openers, one of the openers are at least staying till the 14-15 overs, and that helps the others to come in and settle in and play their game. Now, every single time, say for example the first match, as soon as someone settled down, Poonam Raut and Mithali were having a good partnership. Poonam Raut got out. Mithali and then Harman came in, and 2 quick wickets in the first match. If you remember, 2 wickets, both the openers fell on by the 10th over of the innings, which means Poonam Raut and Mithali were building the innings. Now, once the innings building was done and Poonam Raut was shifting to her attacking mode, because we know both Poonam Raut and Mithali hit runs and quickly, and their strike rate increases once they have consolidated the innings, right? Because they are trying not to lose any further wickets and not to give any sniff to the England bowlers. And what happens? Poonam Raut gets out, Harman gets out. Harman has been woefully off form for the past, let's say at least a year. So what happens then? Again, India is two more wickets down, and that too quickly. So when a Deepti Sharma comes in, yes, on one hand you can say Mithali Raj is set, but Mithali Raj cannot lose her wicket then. That's why her strike rate is definitely affected. So when you criticize, you also have to keep in mind it is not about her alone. Others too have to score, and that is what this graphics tells you. In the last 4 ODIs that India has played, no other batter other than Mithali Raj has scored 50 plus. How do you expect her to do anything about it? Now let me give you a very interesting stat. In the first ODI, Mithali scored 72 of 108 balls. She reached her 50 of 95 balls, and obviously on the 108th ball she got out, right? So 95 to 107 is 12 balls. In those 12 balls, she scored 22 runs. So it's not like she cannot accelerate. But we also have to understand somewhere that she cannot try to accelerate, not because she doesn't have the shots, not because she doesn't have strength, nor because she is selfish or whatever crap, people keep talking about her. It's because there is nobody else with her. If there is somebody else with her, then she will definitely take her chances. She'll definitely go for her shots. And if you have actually watched Mithali Raj play before, and you have watched all the series leading up to this series, leading up to the South Africa series, and especially this series, Mithali has been running so much better between the wickets, on the field. That shows that someone who has played cricket for 22 years still has it in her to improve herself, to give it all for the country. So stop criticizing when you're sitting at home. Yes, you're concerned about Indian cricket, but then you also have to look at other players. Now we will celebrate Mithali Raj, and I will give you a few more stats. I mean, of course you don't need to say that she's great, but why not? Let's show how is she a chase master. Because Mithali herself said, chasing helps her because she knows the target and she can pace her innings accordingly. Most 50 plus scores in successful women's ODI chases: 18 none other than Mithali Raj, 17 Meg Lanning, 16 Charlotte Edwards, and 15 Susie Betts. Of course, Mithali Raj is also the highest run getter in all formats of the women's game. And there is no doubt in that, because the cliche, it's Mithali Raj. Every time this player comes out, statisticians have a hard time because she's breaking records, she's making records, all sorts of things. And not only as a batter, she is very, very important to the team as a captain as well, because she is that guiding light who soaks up all the pressure, because all the pressure is on her. There are a lot of controversies around her all the time. There are a lot of things discussed around her, and she gives that support to the young guns. Look at this captaincy record. Most wins as captain in women's ODIs, 84. Mithali Raj, 61%. So when you say that, I read a lot of people wrote that she doesn't win games, blah, blah, blah. If that's the case, then how is this 61%? And of course, I have, during the matches only given you averages of, when she scores, India winning. Moving on. This whole stats thing doesn't end when it comes to Mithali Raj. A very, very interesting stat. Mithali Raj, if you remember, in the third ODI, became the player of the match. And that was her 20th player of the match award in women's ODIs. And she is second in the list. Come on, Mithali. Just, you have to take 4 more, and we have to pray that Stephanie Taylor doesn't get any. Then you'll become number 1 there as well. Yes, at number 1, it's Stephanie Taylor of West Indies with 23 Player of the Match awards. And at number 2, it's 20 Player of the Match awards, Mithali Raj. I was just wondering if Mithali actually didn't win any matches for India. So why exactly was she given the Player of the Match again? No answers. I get it. Okay, something very interesting, and I remember mentioning this to Boriada when we were talking about Shafali Verma's test debut, because Shafali Verma made her debut when she was 17, when she is 17, and Sachin made his debut when he was 16 years. And I had told Boriada, you know what, Boriada, Sachin Tendulkar and Mithali Raj both made their debuts at the age of 16 years and 205 days. What do you think is common between them? The common factor is both of them are now the leading run getters of men's and women's international cricket. And I think it will be a tough record to break. Now the question is, if Mithali can increase her strike rate to 87 when she's chasing, what actually happens when, India is setting totals? I think if you also notice, when chasing, Smriti Mandana has got a very good average. And why am I mentioning this? Because if you remember in the beginning of the video, I had mentioned in any country which is, successfully setting up big totals, openers have a huge role to play. And generally, a Tammy Beaumont or a Beth Mooney, will stay for at least 10, 12 overs, 15 overs. That helps the team to get a kickstart, because now Shafali is there. She's a very interesting player, but Shafali is going to go for her shots, and that is absolutely what it should be like. So, food for thought. When setting a target, probably the openers also have to be a little more careful, put a little more price on their wicket. And Mithali has always done her job fantastically well, and she will. And I know there will be people who will message me saying, oh, you said only good things about her, because trust you me, when after 22 years you're still hungry to go out and score runs, when you're still hungry to do well for your team, and when your only motive is that the Indian team should win, you deserve praises and only praises. Thank you so much. I hope you guys liked the video. Please subscribe to our channel. You don't need to do anything much. It's for free, obviously. It's not chargeable. You just press the subscribe button and then press the bell icon so that you get notification every time either Argha and I or both of us, do videos. So till the next time, take care, stay safe, and please do not forget that COVID-19 has not totally gone. Yes, we have handled the second wave, but still, it's still there in the country. So let's be safe. Mask up every time you're going out. Preferably, if you don't need to, don't go out of the house, because you have action coming in here and reaction coming in to your house directly. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.